I'm Jake.
And Alex.
And happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Woo.
To coincide with this particular holiday, we're going to be reacting to the Cinema Snob's 2019 review of Leprechaun 2 from the 90s.
Oh, classic.
About 2 years ago, we reacted to the Nostalgia Critic and the Cinema Snob's 2010 review of the first Leprechaun, and we're getting to this a lot faster than Brad did with the sequel, so without further ado, let's jump into it.
Yeah.
As you can see by the celebrity guest lineup that we've added mustaches to, come see us at Wizard World St. Louis, April the 5th through the 7th, where we'll also be holding a screening of our movie Jesus Bro as well. Get your tickets at wizardworld.com and use our promo code CINEMA20 to get 20% off your tickets. It's been a while since I've seen the first Leprechaun movie. Gonna have to think long and hard about what happened in that film.
Fuck you, Lucky Charms.
Alright, it was nothing but cereal references. And Jennifer Aniston was in it. And
Yep.
it had death by pogo stick. Plus, there was a fast motion tricycle scene. Actually, come to think of it, I remember a lot about that film. Especially seeing how the first one was reviewed by Fat Snob with hair, clearly making him a different person. The first Leprechaun made enough of a profit that 1 year later in 1994, we got Leprechaun 2. This time, he's in the city. Fools, you're supposed to wait until part 8 to do that. Lord knows where you would put the space entry. This time, luck has nothing to do with it. Probably why this one didn't do very well. Not only is Leprechaun 2 a St. Patrick's Day movie, but also a Valentine's Day movie, as he searches Los Angeles for someone to be his bride.
Plausible.
Potentially Bride of Leprechaun would be the most obvious alternate title. Too bad the alternate title it has is One Wedding and Lots of Funerals. Oh, sure, that reference will be just as obvious as it was in 1994. Why does it also look like it's a porno spoof of the movie? The film
we don't
only
need
has
that.
Warwick Davis returning from the original, which means they could not get Jennifer Aniston back. But they got the next best thing, Jack Klompus from Seinfeld, the second sexiest sitcom star of the 90s. Who in the hell had enough faith in the first film to make a sequel?
Oh.
Great. That's...
They copyright flagged the review he put
As
out
the movie
before
opens
this.
with stock footage showing us a backstory, sometimes you just know when a movie's gonna have a lot of tilted camera angles.
Scream as you might. If you try to escape, you'll be dead on this night.
These Batman movies are focusing too much on the
It's his
villains.
thing.
The Leprechaun has caught his slave, who seems rather okay with this.
I'm 1,000 years old. I can claim me bride.
Okay, so I guess he's married in credits, since they don't seem to be going away. He knows who his bride is gonna be if she sneezes 3 times. That's why he's gonna search for a bride in the Midwest come harvest season. He may be searching for a bride and a slave, but he doesn't have to be so pervy about it. This is like watching a direct sequel still have Italian knockoff Troll 2 vibes. But bad news.
The girl, she's my daughter.
Yeah, she was born when I was 3. Damn, things were different back then. Guess this is enough to defeat the Leprechaun for now, so he's gonna return to bang her offspring.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Whatever, I'm safe. I'll be long dead when you come back. That's their problem. Oh, and he can disappear now.
Ooh.
This movie has such a distinct should be premiering on Cinemax vibe to it that it's directed by Rodman Flender, a name that sounds like a Skinamax name, and he also directed a Skinamax movie. The credits here are very important. Here we find out it was the Leprechaun who sunk the Titanic in Ireland. Life couldn't be more simple in
There's the Offspring.
Los Angeles when we could just kill a day watching Sister Act 2 in the theaters because it was a better alternative than
With Whoopi.
Leprechaun 2. Our hero is Cody, who runs a scam horror house tour. And the more this movie goes on, the less surprising it is.
Maybe you should try
Clint
this.
Howard.
It's probably more your speed. Listen, sport, are you saying that...
Of course Clint Howard is in this. The real twist would have been if Clint Howard wasn't in this movie. And this is what Lucy does when she vacations away from Twin Peaks. I don't know about this fake tour.
Are you interested in the uncut, uncensored truth about Hollywood's dark side?
I doubt
Yes.
it. That guy looks like Harvey Weinstein. This seems legit. Hop in the back of this hearse so I can drive you around L.A. Don't give the bone collector any ideas. It was easy to be a serial killer back then. Unfortunately, his driver Morty is drunk because, well, St. Patrick's Day.
We have a deal. Your family will thank you.
People never realize how easy it is to get money off dead bodies in a bar. And you can't give him shit for being drunk. Today is a free pass.
What the hell is that?
Red Special Rye. Cola and water. Had enough.
Thanks, baby Huey and Huey 4. By all means, guys, take your time. It's not like you have people crammed in the back of your car. I guess if they're dead, at least they're already in a hearse.
Morty, you really are plastered. There's almost $300 here.
We'll give it to our dead customers' families. Who doesn't like $300? Cody's on again, off again girlfriend is Bridget. Hey, that's opening scene girl. She's got it the worst. She has to join Cody on his tour where he plays Count Von Bad 90s hair. Can't wait to see what the first stop is.
Oh.
I'll have this sick, but he ain't dead. Get that P.P.S. vehicle off of my...
Is Medea in every Lionsgate movie? Well, at least she washed their car for them.
He reviewed a
Sometimes there's
Medea
people
film
who
the
would be
week
turning
before
into
and Lionsgate
zombies in
blocked
any other
it.
movie.
Oh.
Somewhere along the way, somebody's gonna get poop thrown at him. And then the Leprechaun brings forth a whiskey bottle into a tree, which brings him back into present time. Just like in Ernest Scared Stupid. I don't remember the first one ending with him being thrown in a tree outside of L.A. Something tells me this is a different Leprechaun. First on the agenda, rip the man's gold tooth out because he collects gum disease. He's just inventing new powers here. He can summon novelty chocolate from a costume shop. Our heroes.
You gotta
have a
wonder, if he can do
very
all of
important
this,
first
why does he
stop.
have any
Why does he
enemies?
bother? Yeah.
Bridget, I'm glad you could make it.
They had to pick up their love triangle. Oh man, I hope she ends up with a super jealous guy who drags her around on his haunted tour scam and who can't even obey street laws. Just send him home with me, officer. It'd be much worse if I were driving.
I can only release him to his parents.
Right? He's only 26. Meanwhile, the Leprechaun has a new gig of sidewalk chalk art and stealing more gold.
Whoa.
There was probably an easier way to get that ring off.
But then we wouldn't get the blood.
Masturbating to pictures of my ex and envisioning her in old movies that I'm watching.
Bridget?
The Leprechaun fights 90s LA and padding. Little do they know there's a more interesting movie going on in Predator 2. Not like the other date is going any better.
I get it. You're just a tease.
We'll tease this.
The more this movie goes on, the more
That was
I
a
think
weak
she
hit.
should be marrying the Leprechaun. Now the Leprechaun can create illusions of people that they want to bang and get them naked.
This is a great scene.
Teleportations, creating tree branches, telekinesis. How is anyone going to defeat him in this? He needs to perfect his powers a little more, though, since Bridget doesn't have the same skin tone as her body double. Ian is then killed by
Whoops.
blue balls.
No.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
St. Patrick's Day is the only day
Oddly
when it's okay
aroused.
for you to picture a leprechaun while you're having sex. Worse yet, Cody's back, and he probably stole these from a hospital bed.
But beautiful.
Not as beautiful as you.
Oh, jeez.
Classic. I'm not sure Bridget is into this.
Yeah.
I can never stay mad at you.
she says, looking pissed.
Yeah.
It's not the flowers, but even if it was, it doesn't matter because I love them.
She says with a look of hate. Yes, my God, strangle the
Oh.
bastard. Leprechaun is Warwick Davis's best hero.
Who are you? How'd you get in here?
That's for the bad line
Defeated
reading.
by
Next
frying
time they'll drop a
pans.
safe on your head. I don't know. If he wants to marry her, he's coming on awfully strong. Even Beetlejuice would tell him to tone it down. And once again, the Leprechaun is too powerful here.
Huh? There's nothing you can do about that. Yep.
See? Even the movie agrees with me. On the plus side, he's made the most of living inside of a tree. This place looks familiar. Definitely getting some Troll 3 Quest for the Mighty Sword vibes. This is the last Leprechaun movie that showed theatrically, which is surprising because the closest this movie came to showing in Springfield was our theater had the poster in its lobby for a while.
This is where there would be a commercial break.
Huh?
It's gonna get extra horrifying when she finds out she's running through the Jolly Green Giant's colon. Even if he turns her into a burrito and eats her.
We're going to have to make a few alterations. Should be able to bear a full litter.
Great, he's gonna stuff her with kittens. I think he may be a little obsessed with money. This is before Goldfinger taught him it's much easier to just paint the women. Unfortunately, he's pissed off that his gold coin is missing. Taken by a bastard thief. He needs that coin to play Cruise in Exotica. He's about to master the Ireland level. That's one of the secret levels. But first...
Kiss me. I'm Irish.
Yeah.
Still a better kisser than Cody. Cody's breath smells like old PB crisps. How do you not have a power that just summons the coin to you? You have a power that summons business cards. You think that you've cleaned up the caves once Leatherface moves out, but then a leprechaun moves right in. If I'm gonna die, I'm going out with a stone massage. You know what would help them? Watching Beastmaster 2 through the portal of time. It's practically the same movie, only with a few more sitcom jokes.
The cops are looking for you every place. A leprechaun did it. Maybe I should call the cops.
Classic Clumpus. Best find out exactly what these Ewoks are capable of.
Look, leprechauns...
Warwick
are devious
Davis was an
creatures.
Ewok in
They're
Return of the
kind. He says here
Jedi.
they live by
Oh,
trickery,
yeah.
even get pleasure out of it.
Nice to know you're getting your exposition from my grandpa's racist Twitter account. We got plenty of time before he shows back up.
I don't know what you saw, but leprechauns don't exist.
What's that you say?
How long were you standing there? Were you waiting for one of them to question your existence? All the powers he has, good to know he can be set back by a bookshelf falling on him, and his
Yeah,
iron allergy.
It's like the tall man. If he's so powerful, why doesn't anything get in his way?
Good, I'll throw my Iron Eagle VHS collection at him. Positive note, the movie has convinced me that Sandy Barron should have been the hero in much more horror films.
I know what I'm doing.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna get a drink.
He could definitely drink Jason Voorhees under the table. And here's another cameo that's not the least bit surprising.
Yo, man, want me go?
You're drunk, asshole. The Bad Santa set is 2 blocks
That's
south of
the
here.
elf from Bad
Stick around
Santa.
for our hilarious sight gags. What was that conversation like? Hey, Tony, get this. The urinal is too high. Now follow along with me on this. Figures, I go out every St. Patty's Day and end up with the bar leprechaun. Stupid beer goggles.
Have I mentioned that I want me go?
Like 100 times. Although it does start a drinking challenge.
I can handle me drink.
This is the quietest bar I've ever seen on St. Patrick's Day. And that's with the trash talk.
Drink what you want. Drink what you're able. If you're drinking with me, you'll be under the table.
Don't let him talk to you that way, Bertle Cut. I see the room has been cleared out. Must be last call at 9 p.m. Get the fight in fast.
Oh,
Oh, come on. The Pied Piper by Crispy and St. Peter's was right there. Anyway, Bridget figures out a way that she'll pay the leprechaun off by selling this old bottle of Guinness on eBay. Meanwhile, the man from another place is shit-faced while Lucy is gone. And he's stuck in a Mad TV sketch.
I prefer cash, but maybe you're a little short.
The leprechaun gets to do what we've all wanted for years, witnessing the death of annoying recurring characters from Mad TV. Once again, plenty of time before the leprechaun shows up.
You may think the slide is getting old, but believe me,
So he can just appear anywhere, I guess. Much like the laugh track.
I've got 60 hours of combat training.
Should have had 65.
More scenes of Morty were apparently added during the movie's reshoots. Smartest thing this series has ever done. Where's your teleportation power now that you're trapped in an iron safe? Then he drops the safe on Cody's head for bad line reading. Thankfully for the leprechaun, Morty gets stupid, locks Cody in the closet so he can get 3 wishes. This seems like the kind of wish master who wouldn't turn your wishes against you.
Get it out of me! Look out, Morty! Morty, no!
That's what you get for wishing for a bowl of delicious popcorn. If he can still be alive with a pot of gold in his stomach, surely he can survive anything. Can I have my wish now? Can you not kill off the best character? Why would I care about this movie anymore? You're under arrest, pal. Ain't no way I'm rooting for you over Morty. The leprechaun could just watch Cody being arrested and summon his coin back, but... We
Plausible.
made a race car, and goddammit, we're gonna use it.
Just
Pitch
race.
the coin and bring cash. Aladdin's castle will let you in. Still wish Morty was here.
I'm gonna save Bridget! And then I'm gonna take you!
What are
Dork.
you gonna do? Tantrum him to death? Or say more shitty one-liners?
Have you had your iron today?
You said that to no one, and if you did, they would have properly booed you. Boo. Maybe if I just fuck him, he'll go away.
How could you leave a bride on her wedding night?
You're taking us both for fools. I hear awkward music. Cody must be nearby. I didn't add that soundtrack. The dude is so 90s that he's bringing forth incidental music from the heights. Anyway, the leprechaun can possess skeletons now. St. Patrick's Day really has the best haunted houses.
Well,
Oh no, you broke his arm.
that was
You
easy.
broke the cameraman too.
Bridget!
Cody!
Are you alright? What's he done to you?
He's possessed the cameraman, and from the looks of it, I don't know if the leprechaun has a degree in cinematography. Plus, he's a bald loser. Go review a leprechaun movie. Oh, this is so intense.
There's gotta be a way out of here.
Let's try this one. Deja vu.
This is the next 5 hours of the movie. Oh, come on. You don't need to turn into Bridget and then turn back into the leprechaun to stab Cody. Your powers could just blow his head off. And I think they may have screwed up some of the punctuation in the script.
He's dead?
Are you asking me? I didn't write this movie.
It's over? It's really over?
Look,
Oh, my.
Lee, I'm just watching the movie. Ask the director. So many powers of the leprechaun and defeated by iron rod stabbing.
oh,
Good explosion.
Defeated by downing at least 10 Irish car bombs. Now they can be awkward without a killer leprechaun.
How did you know it wasn't me you gave the coin to before?
He kisses differently than you.
His kisses were way better. Plus, he likes being on top. Even the movie seems like it wants to end a little too soon. How is it that the real ending credits are more awkward than the fake one I put in earlier? There's plenty of reasons to do a lot of drinking while watching this film. After all, it is the only Leprechaun movie to actually take place on St. Patrick's Day. Plus, woof, The movie only made $2 million at the box office, but granted, it only opened in 252 theaters. But this was at a time when low box office didn't mean we couldn't get a boatload more sequels. Originally, the heroes of the film were to be carried over to the next movie, but the idea was ditched when Leprechaun 3 was immediately thrown into production. Oh man,
Wise move.
no Cody and Bridget?
What
Oh
will
man,
happen to them?
the lack of Sandy Bear and
Probably
what
get
made me
committed.
not interested anyway. So 1 year later, we got Leprechaun 3. Maybe it'll take advantage of Vegas like this one did LA, which is not much at all. It's the Jason Takes Manhattan school of let's just shoot in some dark corners. So happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone, unless the video gets removed by Lionsgate, in which case, hey, it's back up now. Glad you're watching this on the 4th of July.
That's my boy.
And that was the Cinema Snob's review of Leprechaun 2. How does it look, the movie?
The movie looks terrible. The review, kind of as usual, he definitely improves upon it, adds the humor to it. I love the laugh track pieces there that he added.
I saw Leprechaun and Leprechaun 2, I think, when I was 10 or 11 on the Sci-Fi Channel. So, a little edited, but I got my Leprechaun fix at a young age. And the sequel was interesting. Yes, pretty bad, but a few interesting moments, like when he makes the asshole, horny other boyfriend. Imagine he's seeing Rachel and then the fan.
Yeah, that was pretty gruesome. And then they taking the ring off the finger there.
Yeah, and there were a few funny jokes. Like, the Leprechaun movies are not meant to be straight horror. They are meant to have some comedy, and there's a few funny jokes here and there, like the stuff in the bar with the midgets and the whiskey drinking.
Yeah, and it was the definitely the most thematic for St. Patrick's Day.
And Warwick Davis, he didn't get a lot of leading roles in his time, but he starred in 6 of the Leprechaun movies. First one,
It's just hard to believe that there were 6 of them.
yeah, and give him this, he was a pretty good leading dwarf actor. He also did Willow.
Oh.
Yeah, Willow, Leprechaun, same guy.
Yep.
And like I said, he was the lead Ewok in Return of the Jedi. So he's shown that he can have some good comedic timing, charisma. After the second one, the Leprechaun movies stopped getting theatrical releases. They all went direct to video.
Yeah, I think that's safe.
Third one, the Leprechaun goes to Las Vegas because money, money, money. And the fourth one, actual title, Leprechaun 4 in Space.
Plausible.
Where he tries to claim a space alien princess as his bride, I believe. And then, in 2000, we got Leprechaun in the Hood, where he goes to the hood, meets a bunch of rappers, one of them played by Ice-T. And
We're just covering all the bases here.
And then we got a kind of 6, but also trying to be its own number 2 film, Leprechaun Back to the Hood, where more rap. In fact, the Leprechaun raps in those movies.
Probably cringy.
And smokes weed.
Probably cringier. Yeah.
You can tell they have to be aware how dumb this concept is.
It's like a Sharknado.
Some of my favorite jokes from the special. Let's see. Oh yeah. You should get a free pass at the bar on St. Patrick's Day. And the bar about, there's probably easier ways to get that.
Yes, agreed, yeah.
And also, I love, and I know I kept pointing this out as I was watching it as well, with all these powers the Leprechaun has, teleportation, moving stuff, making people see things that aren't there, you gotta wonder, how is anyone able to get the upper hand on him?
Yeah, with the bookcase and then... who knows how he was defeated in the end with the iron rod there.
And yeah, like in the
And he
first
explodes.
in the first film, they said the only thing that could kill him was 4-leaf clovers. In this film, it's iron.
Mm-hmm.
And in the first film, he was melted and blown up at the bottom of a well. So, what the snob says, is this even the same Leprechaun? That's a good question.
I don't think we would be best served by looking at the plot inconsistencies of this movie.
Yeah, still, you're on the internet.
Yes, yeah.
The alternate title, which I knew about years ago, One Wedding and a Lot of Funerals, that's a funny title.
Yeah. Although I think her acting was probably the worst of all of the actors in this film.
Yeah, it's over?
Yeah.
The guy who played Cody, just a even whinier bitch.
But still, I think she's worse.
I agree. The guy who plays the uncle, he was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And they did kill him off at a point where we could have had a little more.
Mm-hmm. It's the only thing really carrying the film.
And the Leprechaun, his powers, the inconsistency, I really think it reminds me of the Tall Man from Phantasm. Although Phantasm handled it a lot better.
They both had cars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, both known for their cars.
Yeah, like Phantasm, you were able to take it a little more seriously.
Yes.
And
it was definitely darker.
And it was a lot more well-made than the Leprechaun movies. The stuff with the tour where they have the guests, Clint Howard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that was a funny, unexpected. He looks like Harvey Weinstein. He really does with the thick neck.
Yeah, definitely.
And the killer go-kart scene, that's fun. And he spray paints on the side, I want me gold!
Oh, I didn't see that.
I don't think Brad showed it, but I remember that from when I saw it.
Yeah.
And it's a well done seasonal review from the Cinema Snob. I know they're bad, but I get some enjoyment from Leprechaun. You gotta know it's bad going in, and just be prepared to make fun of it as you watch it.
Yes, if you're into that genre, for sure, you're going to check this one out.
And I like how he addresses, it's been 9 years since we reviewed the first one.
Yeah, that was the most shocking part, I think. Yeah, just seeing the disparity.
Yeah, and snob with hair and about 80 pounds heavier.
Mm-hmm.
My, how things can change over a decade. Did you enjoy this overall?
Oh, yeah, sure. I always like seeing his work.
Cool. Great writer, great delivery, and really knows how to make bad movies enjoyable when they wouldn't be otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Gives him a second life.
Hope you enjoyed our reaction, and once again, happy St. Patrick's Day. Don't drive.
Luck of the Irish.